I'm just thankful God had us at church instead of here, or we wouldn't have been here. You know, if we'd been home, we wouldn't make it.
Tonight, hundreds of families devastated by tornadoes in central Arkansas are looking to rebuild their homes and their spirits. More on their recovery efforts.
If I'd gone through something like this, my family photos and my memories, that's what would be important to me.
Many volunteers across the state of Arkansas working together to bring hope to devastated areas. The inspiring story next.
And with this severe weather sweeping the south, where on campus are you safest during a storm? We'll take a live look at the best places to take cover.
Live from the University of Arkansas, this is UATV News at 9. On a Tuesday night, welcome into UATV News. I'm Jacob Penner.
And I'm Crystal Sherrill. Thank you for joining us.
New tonight, the National Weather Service of Little Rock says the tornado that blew through central Arkansas Sunday night will be classified as at least an EF3.
That's right. Take a look at this map. The purple line shows the path of the tornado. The first tornado appears to have been a single tornado that touched down just south of Maumelle. The storm then passed through Mayflower and onto Valonia.
Storms a little farther to the northeast most likely produced a series of smaller tornadoes. Wind speed, one of the major factors in how the National Weather Service classifies tornadoes. A rating of EF3 means wind speeds between 136 and 165 miles per hour. The final rating could come in a few days or as long as a week. Cleanup underway for many people in the tornado's footprint. Local churches and other groups have been rounding up teams to help out those residents in affected areas. I was part of a UATV news crew that traveled to Valonia yesterday, and I found a volunteer group called the Arkansas Dream Center that started helping out barely 12 hours after the storm passed through.
As soon as I heard this was going on, I mean, my heart just sank. So as soon as I heard that they were putting a group together to come out here, I knew that I wanted to be part of it.
Kylie Malkmus doesn't have ties to Valonia.
It's actually their home.
But she drove the 45 miles from her home in Bryant to Conway this morning to lend a hand.
I expected it to be bad, but actually coming out here is a whole different story.
She says she wasn't sure exactly what to do when she got here, so she started picking up the stuff that mattered most to her.
If I'd gone through something like this, my family photos and my memories, that's what would be important to me.
As she started picking up amid all the stuff littered where homes used to be, she designated a bag for family photos and started making a pile. And another volunteer who was nearby took notice.
They said that they know who it is, they know what she wants to save. I said I found a bunch of family photos and she seemed really excited about it.
Malkmus saved maybe a lifetime's worth of memories for a family who lost everything else. She says it's all because of the strong sense of community all over Arkansas.
And that's what's great about living in an area like this, because everyone wants to help everybody else out.
U of A students probably can relate to Malkmus's situation because she's a UAMS student, and when she left Valonia, she was headed home to work on a final project before graduation next month. Police closed off the Valonia city limits several times in the days since the tornado has hit, including a 12-hour curfew overnight Monday. An influx of volunteers with good intentions can sometimes get in the way of emergency workers, but there are several ways that you can help out without even leaving the house.
To donate to the Arkansas Red Cross or the Salvation Army, you can text the numbers you see on the screen. The Washington County Sheriff's Department is also accepting donations. They're asking for household items, toiletries, and bedding.
My Shirts Help will be giving 100% of the profits made by selling the t-shirts you see on your screen right there. The proceeds will go to multiple charities, including the American Red Cross and the International Medical Corps. The Arkansas Tornado Relief Tees are available to pre-order on the My Shirt Helps website.
Many Arkansans like to talk about the sense of community they feel here. That can mean striking up a conversation with a stranger or, like we've seen this week, dropping everything to help someone who doesn't have anything. Our own Alyssa Becker traveled to Central Arkansas and has this story of too many people trying to help out.
In the wake of devastation, an outcry of support has come from Central Arkansas communities. So much so that one Red Cross Relief Center has had to turn away donations because of the lack of space. St. Joseph's Church in Conway opened its doors for those in need. It is expected to reach capacity as curfews have been set for Valonia and Mayflower at 7 o'clock.
People of Arkansas and Conway today have just been tremendous. We have had donations like crazy.
During the rebuilding process, the Red Cross says they're prepared to feed about 300 people per meal over the next few weeks. Reporting for UATV, I'm Melissa Becker.
After that tornado moved through Valonia, a resident and his family grateful that they were at church. UATV's Tevin Wooten was in Valonia yesterday. He's back here with us now live. Tevin, you've got my attention. It sounds like a great story.
Yeah, Jacob, tonight that resident and his family are standing strong in their faith amidst a tragedy. They're picking through the rubble and finding what means most to them.
I'm just thankful God had us at church instead of here, or we wouldn't have been here. You know, so if we'd been home, we wouldn't have made it.
Longtime Valonia resident Dennis King and his family were at church on Sunday night when the tornado struck their home.
So our preacher told us that everybody go down into the basements, you know, so we all went to the basement.
While at church, King saw the tornado and knew Valonia and his home were in the direct path.
Well, I knew it was, because we had one 2-3 years ago, the same path.
As King returned Sunday night, he and his son saw the entire home removed from the foundation. He found something that he and his wife will never lose again, their faith.
We found 4 or 5 of Bibles, you know, but we won't throw them away. I don't believe in throwing the Bible away.
The only thing remaining is a porch that King built with his hands. However, he could not find the tools that he used to build it.
We had a storage building, and it's gone too, you know. It was full of stuff, a lawnmower and 4-wheeler and stuff like that. It's all gone.
Standing by faith, King and volunteers found one of his most prized possessions, a cast iron table saw that King built the porch with. And yeah, as you saw in the video, that cast iron table saw was just one piece of rubble that meant so much to King and his family.
Thank you, Tevin. We have been talking about the tornadoes that have affected Central Arkansas, but for some students like Junior Ayana Gray, her hometown was under threat and close by the areas that were hit. Like other students from that area, she was concerned for her family's safety.
I'm from Little Rock in Central Arkansas, and I'm the oldest, so both of my siblings and my parents are still there. And I knew that we were in for some bad weather, and my brother actually Snapchatted me and was like, I saw the tornado.
Tornadoes touching down all over the South this week, and many asking, how safe are we here on campus? UATV's Allison Leffler is live right outside our studio, and she's got more information on how students can stay safe during a tornado.
After multiple tornadoes have touched down in Arkansas this week, some students are wondering where it is safe to stay on campus. At home, most of the time, people would go to a tub or in a closet, but we don't have those luxuries on campus. Tonight, I'm reporting from right outside the UATV studio in Kimple Hall, and that's actually where the safest place is in this building.
Going to the closest building?
To go to the bathroom since they had no windows.
I would find a basement.
There are basics you should know when a tornado is in the area. But what if you are in class when a tornado touches down?
What we encourage people to do is get to the lowest part of the building, or at worst case, a center hallway that doesn't have windows surrounding it.
UAPD is not taking any chances that students won't know a tornado is nearby.
We have 3 sets of sirens. We'll send out a raise alert message. In addition to that, we can push a button from our dispatch center, and it will send an automated message over the fire alarm systems telling people of the tornado warning.
Unlike Alabama and Mississippi, the University of Arkansas has been lucky to avoid tornado destruction this week.
We've had a lot of warnings and even more watches, but we've never had a tornado touchdown on campus.
UAPD Captain Mills says the best way to find out about more emergency policies is from emergency.uark.edu to sign up for Raise Alert messages, and be sure to know your safety procedures in the dorms and at home. Reporting for UATV, I'm Allison Leffler.
Good stuff there, Allison. Some really good tips to stay safe. Well, Crystal, a little bit cooler today than it's been the past couple of days.
That's right, Jacob. So let's head outside to our favorite weatherman, Tevin Wooten, so we can take a look at our current forecast.
Yeah, Tevin, tell us, please, that there are warmer days up ahead.
Really cool today. We're going to have some warmer weather, I promise, towards the end of the week and into the weekend. But today's high, it was cold, guys. I'm sorry. It was really cold. It's about 56 degrees Earlier this morning, 10:53 a.m., we did have some sunshine, and then clouds started to move in, and once they moved in, we cooled down. The low is 47 degrees and dropping tonight. Let's take a look at current conditions because it's dropping tonight. 48, and it feels like 47 degrees, northwest winds at about 15 miles an hour. It's going to make it really cold. That feels like temperature, or that wind chill temperature. Yes, the wind chill on the hill has returned. And let's take a look at your daytime tracker to see what the wind chill is going to be like tomorrow. 39 degrees tomorrow morning. It feels like 34. A sunset at 6:25. At noon, it's 51 and feels like 51. We do have a slight chance for showers tomorrow. And then at 5 p.m., it's 54 degrees with a sunset at 8:03 in the afternoon. Again, I mentioned we're going to have some warmer weather. Some 80s are in the 5-day forecast. Stick around for that.
An arrest on campus involving not one, but 2 handguns. The report is next.
I mean, it's very scary considering a lot of us park in Garland Garage.
After a student is attacked in a parking garage, other students react about just how safe they feel in these secluded areas on campus. Keep it here. You're watching UATV News on Cox Channel 214 and on UATVonline.net.
Don't worry, be happy.
So people ask me all the time, like, what is noise culture? And honestly, I have no idea.
I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life, I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life, I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life, I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your.
But I think it's safe to say it'll probably change your life.
I'ma change your life.
We need to talk. I don't love you. You act like everything is fine, but when things get bad, you don't ever change. I love you. Everything is fine. Don't ever change.
I couldn't agree more.
Ugh!
Loud music can hurt your hearing and more. Listen carefully.
Relax, let us pull up a chair as the dining room proudly presents
Another brand new episode of the Not So Late Show.
You've been to another house 3 times.
It is another brand new episode of the Not So Late Show.
This is horrible!
Ready for another Not So Late Show. It is another episode of the Not So Late Show.
Snorts.
Look how we turned out.
We'd like to apologize.
A man faces felony charges after police found him passed out in his car with 2 handguns. UAPD responded to a report at around 4 a.m. this morning of a Jeep parked in Lot 7 that had been running since midnight. Inside the car, police found 21-year-old Christopher Hart passed out. According to the report, Hart's eyes were bloodshot, and there were several empty cans of alcohol in the floorboard of the car. After checking with dispatch, the officer found out that Hart had a concealed carry permit. The officer then asked Hart if he was armed. Hart admitted to having a loaded handgun in his pocket as well as an unloaded handgun in the car's console. Hart was arrested and faces felony charges of possessing a handgun on school property.
Sunday evening, students received a report from UAPD about a possible assault in Garland Garage. UATV's Haley Noga found out how students are feeling a couple of days after.
Yes, I mean, it's very scary considering a lot of us park in Garland Garage.
With limited parking around dorms, most students park in decks or lots that are quite a ways away from their dorms. But if they're walking to and from their car in the dark, this can cause some added stress. Sunday night, a student called UAPD after supposedly being sexually assaulted by a man in a black ski mask around 8:30 p.m. Freshman Sydney Golem says this makes her question her safety around campus.
I get back anywhere from between 7:30 to about 9 o'clock, which is, most of the time that's after dark, and I don't even think twice about calling someone to come walk me or come pick me up.
With parking decks and lots not monitored late at night, this has made some students uneasy about walking around campus after dark.
It's kind of scary that it could be just anyone to just walk up to this. This is not monitored. This is not somewhere where police are standing all the time.
But what if this happened to you?
I would probably do what that person did and try and kick and scream and punch and try and get away initially. But 911 would definitely be my first reaction, not to look up my UAPD number.
Reporting for UATV, I'm Haley Noga.
Recent attacks on campus have caused students to second-guess areas they once thought were completely safe. Students are advised to be aware of their surroundings and are encouraged to use the safety towers located around the U of A campus. Emergency information towers notify UAPD the moment the red help button is pressed. Sometimes the old-fashioned buddy system is the safest way to go.
I mean, at Zeta we have the buddy system, you always have a sister by your side. You don't ever walk alone, especially that late at night.
Students should never walk alone at night to lower their risk of an attack. Stay in well-lit areas and always have a buddy by your side.
Students needing some fun and a break from final studying are in luck. This Thursday from 11 to 3, university programs will host a spring carnival right outside the Student Union. Food trucks will be set up in the Union Mall and they'll have carnival-style foods. Other attractions include a dunk tank, inflatable slides, free t-shirts, and music. It's a free event for any students who paid the student activity fee.
And all of the places I ain't ever been to.
Thursday, the U of A will host musical guests, The Head and the Heart, with opening act Matis Yahoo. The event was originally scheduled to be at the Washington County Fairgrounds, but will be moved to Barnhill Arena. Gates will open at 7 p.m. and tickets are free to students and can be reserved at the Student Activities website. Reserved tickets will be distributed tomorrow in the International Connections Lounge in the Union. Tickets for the public are on sale at the Walden Arts Center website.
After the break, I'll have a look at the below average temperatures some areas are going to see this time of year.
The wind came up and it just roared all the way through. They say it sounds like a train when you're close to the tracks, how it goes.
And Jeff Martin will have a look at an outbreak in tornadoes hitting the South. Keep it here. You're watching UATV News on Cox Channel 214 and on UATVonline.net.
Yeah, so we talked about the rain, we've talked about tornadoes, and we're going to talk about a cold front too. You're going to feel that tonight into some parts of tomorrow, but this is a look at Doppler radar right now showing a few severe warned storms off to our east. But guess what? Northwest Arkansas, we're in the clear. We could actually see a few showers tonight and tomorrow developing right here. Actually, you can see it moving in from Oklahoma and Kansas in that region. We're going to see a few showers tonight and tomorrow, but again, it's not going to be anything like it was this weekend. And within our next map, the cold front that's going to be illustrated is, well, look at that cold front, really deep cold front. Guess what? We're going to see some middle to lower 30s tonight into tomorrow morning. So when you wake up, grab a big jacket. Don't wear shorts. Don't wear chacos. No flip-flops. It's going to be cold tomorrow, but actually put on some boots if you want to. And we've got another look, too, at things behind that cold front. The temperature is 48 degrees in Kansas, 50, though, in some parts of New Mexico, California. Actually, California is on the other side of that at 82, so you can see how strong it is. And again, Northwest Arkansas will feel these cool temperatures later on and throughout tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. By this weekend, though, we're going to warm up into some 80s, so get ready for that. Here's another look, though, within our next map that's going to show you what things look like in Northwest Arkansas. In the state of Arkansas right now, 65 degrees in Little Rock. It's 57 in Fort Smith, 67 degrees in Texarkana, 60 degrees in Camden. It's a little bit cooler in Northwest Arkansas. What's it look like exactly? Here's what it looks like across the Northwest Arkansas area. Looks fairly cool around Northwest Arkansas, too. 45 degrees in the upper elevations of Bella Vista. Eureka Springs is at 47, so not too shy away from that. 50 degrees for Lincoln and 48 for Fayetteville. Now, we've got another look, too, at something that we want to show you. This is the severe outlook for Wednesday, tomorrow on the East Coast, all the way from Tallahassee to D.C. They could see some tornadoes. They could definitely see a few thunderstorms as well. We're going to monitor this system, but this is one that we don't have to worry about because it is pushing off to the west. All things are clear here for the Northwest Arkansas area. Unfortunately, some areas will see tornadoes for the East Coast. And here's a look at the conditions across the United States for your Wednesday. It's 64 degrees in Oklahoma. It's 71 degrees in El Paso, 90 in Phoenix, Arizona, 77 for Houston. Dallas is at 69 degrees, and Memphis is at 63. Guess what? Again, Northwest Arkansas, we're going to warm up. Just wait for it. Be patient. A little bit of cold, and then some warmer weather is on the way, guys.
Thanks, Tevin. Tornado season hitting hard the past several days, leaving several states devastated by deadly storms. We turn now to our own Jeff Martin for a look at some of those damages across the South.
Those same storms that devastated central Arkansas on Sunday hit Alabama, Mississippi, and North Carolina last night, causing widespread destruction. Towns such as Tuscaloosa, Athens, Tupelo, and Kazoo City were all hit hard by this powerful storm, which as of last night has now claimed 70 lives in its journey across the southeast. Some areas, such as Faulkner County, Arkansas, were almost annihilated, with 15 people killed. In Athens, Alabama, officials say that the storms reduced a housing complex into rubble and destroyed a trailer park, killing 2. In Tuscaloosa, a member of the University of Alabama swim team was killed, and numerous other buildings were destroyed. However, even with all the destruction that has happened because of these storms, there is still some hope for the survivors.
But, luckily, with 5 family members total living in this duplex, everybody survived. That's the thing that matters.
Even with 24 hours having passed since the storms, authorities are advising that people stay in their homes and not travel to other areas, as numerous downed power and gas lines are still incredibly dangerous. In the words of Arkansas State Representative Stephen Meeks, this recovery will take years.
The system last time, it was easily a month before life returned to normal out here. With this one, it's probably going to be easily a month, month and a half, 2 months. Total recovery, it'll be years.
Stay with UATV News for more on these horrific storms. Back to you at the desk.
Arkansas baseball may have disappointed some fans after a tough home series loss to Auburn. Did they recover tonight against Missouri State? And these 2 young Hogs are ready to make an impact on the football field sooner rather than later. Stay tuned. UATV Sports is next.
Bobby, what are you doing?
I'm practicing for the Hogs piece.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you chill and scream for me. The applause,
Launches it to the end zone. Touchdown! Over. Bayless. A 3 for the tie.
Now, I asked the question before the break, could Arkansas rebound? And the Razorbacks have bounced back. They have a tough loss to the Auburn Tigers at home. The Razorbacks were too much for the Missouri Tigers. All 4 of Arkansas's run came in the 4th, and they won 4-1, led by Michael Bernal's 2-run jack, his 2nd of the year. The Hogs used 6 relievers on the day, giving up only 1 run and striking out 9. The Hogs' next game will be Friday on the road against the Ole Miss Rebels. Now, the Arkansas passing game may have frustrated a lot of fans on Saturday, but one man that did not was Corliss Marshall. The sophomore running back rushed 6 times for 99 yards, including a 59-yard touchdown, along with a 6-yard touchdown along with that. For Bieleman's staff, this performance for Marshall wasn't a surprise at all.
Every person comments on 33, just how explosive he is, and it's obviously easy to see. If he gets just a little seam, he can be gone in a hurry.
Yeah, he's definitely a speedster. You know, you can see the speed, and he's just going to get better. You know, he came over to the offense last year at short notice, and he's really grasping it now. He's in there working hard, and he's asking questions and things like that. So he's definitely growing.
Marshall will be a part of quite the running back group, along with Alex Collins and Jonathan Williams. SEC defenses are definitely not looking forward to facing these 3 backs. And while these running back core will scare some SEC defenses, the Hogs' defensive line will scare just as many offenses. One man that's emerging from this group is sophomore Dietrich Wise Jr. Wise and the white team's quarterback got to know each other pretty well on Saturday. Wise put up with 5 sacks for 35 yards, and the reason for his success came from his unique skill set.
Obviously, Dietrich has continued to make strides. Dietrich's just so long. If he can get you locked out and extended, I don't care how good a pass pro you are, he's going to cause problems.
We all knew he can get after. All know he can get after the quarterback. So, it was very impressive to see him out there, display his talents.
Wise will be teaming up with senior Trey Flowers and fellow sophomore Darius Philon to bring the pain to a lot of SEC offenses this season. Now from SEC players to a former one, according to 24/7 Sports, Dorial Green Beckham appears to be transferring to Eastern Illinois. The former Missouri Tiger was let go after he was arrested for an attempted burglary charge earlier this year. Beckham led the Tigers in receiving with 59 receptions for 883 yards with 12 touchdowns. If DGB transfers, he will immediately be eligible to play.
Brett Rory with a look at UATV Sports. Thank you, Brett. Time for a quick break. Then Tevin Wooten back with a look at your 5-day forecast.
So don't you dare touch that channel, because UATV News at 9 will be right back.
Bobby, what are you doing?
I'm practicing for the Hogs piece.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause. Live for the applause, applause. Live for the way that you chill and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause.
Launches into the end zone. Touchdown! Over. Bayless. A 3 for the tie.
Okay, so here's the 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, again, just a few showers tomorrow, maybe through midday a little bit, 56 degrees. It's cold, though. By Thursday, we're at 60 degrees, and by Friday, we warm up to 65, with lows that day are at 43 degrees. Sunny conditions throughout the rest of the week, though. 78 by Saturday. Warmer weather on the weekend, Sunday. 82 degrees with a low of 62, guys. Well, hopping right back up through the temperature trends.
It's crazy. The weather's always crazy.
Yeah.
Both of you had a chance to go to Central Arkansas yesterday. How was that?
It was, I felt grateful because they lost everything. The man that I talked to lost everything, Mr. King did. So.
In situations like that, the word is always resilience. People were working, they were getting back, and you could see that they were still building their lives back that had been torn down by a tornado. Not sadness as much as a sense of duty. That'll do it for us on this Tuesday night edition of UATV.